Hello, everyone. This is Dave Gadvi here, your friend, your big brother, your coach, your mentor, your colleague. All right, we are about to begin the live coaching with Sai. Okay, so stay tuned in. I'm going to start the other WebEx as well. Hello, everyone. We will start the session in just about a minute. We will wait for people to join in so that we can have more participation, more people who can suggest things that we can work on. All right, so I will share the agenda in a bit. Okay, pretty excited to be here. How are you guys doing? All good? All right, so I've got two cameras. Okay, so don't get confused. Might be looking at two different ones, but I hope you guys are having good fun time. We have live coaching session about to begin in a minute, so stay tuned. We will get started in just about a minute. Okay, let me just tell you, this is the one of the kind session, right? I don't think anybody else is doing the live webcast where sharing the live tips and coaching stuff on specific industries like market research. So pretty excited to share whatever my learning has been, understand a little bit from Sai as well. We'll just get started in some time. So stay tuned. If you want to see my screen, you might as well you want to log into the YouTube live webcast, because I won't be able to share the screen on the Facebook live. So you may want to tune back in into YouTube. So that way we will just start. Again, just to let you know, if people who have just joined in, this is the live online webcast, which is one-on-one sales coaching. My name is Dave Gadvi, and we have Sai, who is with us today, who will be also with us. We will be talking about a little bit about him. He has some queries, which I'm planning to cover them over next 20 or 25 minutes, and I'm going to show you something real stuff, right? Some real live stuff, things that I do personally in my job, which helps me get more meetings, helps me get more business. So we'll just get started in just about probably in 30 seconds. I hope you guys are able to see my screen on YouTube. Okay, so let's just get started. So welcome, you all winners, hustlers, killers, the young hustlers, okay, especially this session. If you are new in sales and business, I think you should definitely tune in. There will be some important questions that we're going to address. Sai has shared some of his queries. We'll just quickly get started. So Sai, you're online with us?
Yes, I'm here. Hi,
How are you,
everybody.
my man?
I am doing great and hope with you the same.
Oh yes, I am really good, really good. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking the time, especially on Sunday, and dialing in.
Yes, weekends are the opportunities to learn new things.
I like that. I like that. That's good. Look, before we start the introduction, let me just share with people who don't know me, who I am and what the agenda is of this live coaching. So my name is Dave Gadvi. I've been in this industry for 13 years. Throughout, I've been into sales and business development. Worked with companies into IT industry, project management, call accounting solution, and currently I am the associate director at one of the fastest growing market research company. In my current role, I manage a team of business development. There are a few things which I have learned over a course of time, which I'm happy to share with you guys, and also get to learn from each other, right? So, idea behind this coaching session is this is one of the unique, session. I don't think I've ever seen anybody uh, having these kind of sessions where people can get to participate, they can answer. This is one of the unique oh, sorry, let me just mute myself. I don't think I've ever seen anybody having these kind of sessions where people can get to participate. Why am I repeating myself? Okay, it's probably on Facebook. Let me just see. Okay, sorry about that. I was listening to myself. Okay, so I'm looking at YouTube. Okay, so if you have questions, I will be taking your questions, your suggestions, your comments. So look, we as a team, we have to come together and help Sai. He is new to this industry, and he's really hungry. He really is looking for some assistance from people who have been in this industry. So any thought, any suggestions that you have, do put your comments on YouTube. I hope you're able to uh, log into YouTube and share your thoughts. Let me just check if the comments are working before we get started. Great, thank you for tuning in, people on Facebook. I can see you guys. Thank you, Kashyap, Prakash, Obaid. Thank you. We'll just get started. All right, so just one thing which I wanted to let you guys know, this coaching is 100% authentic, 100% live, unscripted. Okay, so if there's any mistake that if you make any mistake, please pardon us. Okay, we are also learning to use the technology and share our knowledge. Again, no script. Happy to get your feedback, your thoughts on what do you think about the industry, anything. So again, sales is a sales, whether it's market research, IT, products, electronics, the fundamentals remain same. So if you have any thoughts, please do share it. Okay, with that, my goal as an individual is to help 10 million people. Okay, so probably we are starting with Sai, and we will have many more people joining in. We'll have a big resource pool of highly educated, talented people. If they're in millions, we can help each other grow, and that's how we can take it from there. So, Sai, thank you so much once again. Let me ask you if you can share a little bit about your background. So, a little bit about your family, where you're born, where you're from, what you have been doing so far, and what your current job is. It will be really helpful to kickstart our discussion.
Hi everybody. Hi there. And it's a
Hello.
great opportunity to learn new things like this. I'm very excited to be on the call, on the live call, and get some support from everybody from our Winox Club. And
Sure.
I am Satish. I'm from Hyderabad, basically born and brought up in Andhra Pradesh, a place near Tirupati. And I have been working in B2C in an automobile showroom basically, and initially, and I moved into B2B wherein as a business development executive and trying to learn new things in this market research industry. And I want to achieve something very big for my life. I don't want to be average because average is a failing formula.
That's my dialogue and Grant Cardone's dialogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I wanted to master the cold call and get some support from everybody who is on this call.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you so much, Sai. And I think we have people tuning in. They can share their
Yes.
thoughts, views. So tell me about your family, right? Who's there in your family?
Yes, I have one younger brother and my parents who stays in my hometown. And my brother is studying in 10th class. He's very young.
Hmm.
And yes, that's
Okay,
it.
so you're the eldest in the family, bread earner.
Yes, I'm the one.
Okay, sole bread earner. That means.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good. You need to make loads of money, man. You have a lot of responsibility on your shoulder. So great.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Um, look. I am in complete sync with what you're saying. Everybody wants to grow ahead in life and wants to become the best. And if you're not aiming to become the best, you are just like rest. Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for tuning in. Look, before we get started, let me just tell our viewer. So Sai, you said you're working with the market research company.
Yes.
Okay. How long have you been in market research?
It's around 8 months
8 months.
till
Okay.
so far.
Okay. Pretty new. Pretty new. Okay.
Yes.
Great. So for people who don't know what the market research industry is all about, let me just give you some background about the industry is all about, so that we all on the same page and we can connect better. So market research industry itself is around globally, it's around 44.35 billion US dollars, right? That's, I mean, when I say the size of industry, that is the annual revenue of the industry, which is 44 billion. So all the companies who are into market research, that's how much money that everybody is making. Some of the big names that you might have already known or familiar with would be Nielsen, Gardner, Frost and Sullivan, IHS, etc., etc. So these are some big names. And among all the market research markets, US is the biggest market. When I say biggest, it generates about 19.3 billion worth of revenue, US dollar revenue in a year, right? And it is the fastest, um, you know, I would not say fastest growing, but it is one of the most prominent region or industry. Um, there are so many big and small players. So if you just talk about the US, it has about 5,000 plus vendors who are into market research, all the say small and big players. Um, so yeah, that's the market research. Basically, what these companies do is they actually go out in the market. They conduct a lot of studies on various topics. Some of them around niche. Um, they publish the syndicated report, and at the same time they also do the custom research where specifically for our clients, I mean for the clients who are looking to have a deep dive onto specific technology, if they want to have more intelligence on competitor, if they want to have more intelligence on what the market size is, what is going to change in coming years, the forecast up to 2020, etc., etc. So this is what the market research is all about. And in India itself, there are so many new players who are entering into market. It has, of course, high margin. That's why it's very lucrative business. So that's just an overview about who markets and markets really is, and hope it helps people to be on the same page. All right. So now, Satish, you had some questions around what to do, how to do. So do you want to start with the questions one by one, and probably I can answer them as we move along.
Yes. Yeah. My first question would be, as you told the last night in the live webinar, uh, the lot of people have the fear of rejection onto the cold calling. How to overcome and eliminate the fear of rejection while making cold call?
Well, very, very good question. Like everybody has fear, even people who are in this industry, veteran, they also have fear of cold calling. And as in my last discussion, you may have heard the reason why somebody is afraid or of picking up the phone and making cold call is number one reason is fear of rejection. Um, the best way I handle the fear of rejection is, look, if they say no, you know, initially this is what I used to do. I used to take it personally. Oh, he said no to me. He was rude. He hung up on me, and I felt really bad and humiliated as a human being because, of course, I have my egos, my self-respect. If somebody's banging the phone on me, I'm rejected. Nobody likes it, right? Imagine if you're approaching a girl for a date and she says no to you. How would you feel? Of course, you'll feel bad. You'll start questioning yourself. Am I not good? Am I not good looking? So same funda applies into cold calling as well. So when you are on the call, you always have this thing in your subconscious mind that what if the guy is not interested? What if he says no? First thing you need to understand is what helped me is I had to separate my personal personality from the company and the offerings that we have, right? So if they are saying no to my call or not willing to get on the calls. The objective of the cold call is to get a meeting. And if they say no to me, hanging up the phone or being rude to me, it's not me. It's about the company, okay? The services that we are offering, or probably I was not effective. So it's not they're not saying no to me. So moment you realize and you separate yourself uh, from the company and personally, and I'm sure you have mastered this. So again, you have to be conscious. You have to keep telling yourself that if they say no, it's not to me, right? It's to the company, and that's the way to eliminate the fear. Look, longer you stay in the game, you will realize and you will master the rejection, right? Imagine if you are proposing a
Yes.
girl and if you're approaching a girl, and she's saying no, and if you're still happy and smiling, hey, look, I know that's okay. You don't realize my potential right now, but I'll go on date with you someday. Be persistent, okay? Have belief that you are the fantastic product, okay, that anybody can have. Similar to in personal life, similar to this. If somebody's saying no to me, doesn't mean that I will not do business with him. Okay, I will have to be very persistent with my approach, and I have to call him again. If not now, he will probably not even remember you after like probably after like few days, sometime even just couple of days he'll forget you. But yeah, the best thing to do is don't take rejection personally. Call him back
Okay.
again after a week or two. The best thing to do is go back with some value add. Okay, and that's what probably we'll talk about in a bit. What
Okay.
the value add, what value add you can bring. Yeah, does that answer
Yes.
your question?
Yes. The last point which you told, go up with some value the next time when you call the client. When value exceeds price,
Yeah.
they will move on to the buying aspect.
Oh yes, definitely,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes. Yes. I have noted down your answer and I'll try to practice it.
True.
Practice makes us perfect and master it.
Absolutely.
And yes, and the next question I have regarding cold call is how to build the self confidence, the motivation to make cold calls and fill the sales pipeline.
Okay. How to build, how to stay motivated, how to get the inner motivation to make cold call. Man, this is the most common question which most of the new guys have. That look, I'm afraid, and I don't feel motivated to pick up the phone. Look, there are definitely ways where you can use and connect with the client, get more meetings. You can use social media. You can use LinkedIn. To connect with the clients. People have started using email. So, for example, in my team, they're using email very effectively. They're using LinkedIn very effectively to get meetings. But that is only one channel. And look, if you want to be the sales guy who is the greatest, you have to master the art of exploiting all the technologies, exploiting all the channels which can help you benefit, get more meetings. Number one, in
Okay.
my list personally, I am a big advocate of cold calling. How I stay motivated to coming to your question is what I do is I start my day with some motivational videos, some learning videos, things which will pep me up. For that matter of fact, even
Mm-hmm.
a good peppy music. That is one. Okay. Most important
Okay.
step two is call the clients who are easy to talk to, okay, where you know for sure that they will not reject you. Like if you're doing a campaign for directors, VPs, and people above, you want to start with the managers or analysts and people at the bottom, so that they will usually listen to you and they would not hammer you
Okay.
down, right? So if one
Yes.
conversation can really change the level of confidence that you have, and once you have that confidence, once somebody is giving attention to you, then you will take that discussion to next level. So that's the best way to stay motivated. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I come up with motivational videos, watching motivational videos every morning or when I travel to my office and try to uh, make me go up with the next level,
Yeah.
do great things in office. So this motivational videos point and talking to the lower hierarchy people like managers, analysts, as you told. I'll keep in practice, and I will watch motivational videos, Grant Cardone's videos,
Yeah, he's
and there
fantastic.
are videos on YouTube that could motivate us.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, and yes. The last night I have been telling about the pre-call research before making cold calls. You need to well research about the client whom you are going to talk. And the can you please explain me on things which are to be considered before calling the client, the pre-call research?
Oh yeah, I'll be happy to do so. All right, so this is what I tell my team to do, and I am a big advocate of that. Let me just share my screen with you so that, okay, talking about the motivation, I follow a couple of YouTube pages like Motivation Grind, uh,
Uh,
Mulligan Brothers. They come up with some amazing motivational videos. Addicted to Success. Of course, I watch a lot of Grant
yes.
Cardone, but these people they come up with some really peppy motivational videos. So the moment
uh,
I usually utilize my time well when when I'm traveling, driving down. I usually start those videos and stay motivated. So just remember to share that point. Now let's come to the question. How do we leverage, or how do we what kind of background? So your question is, what is the research that I should do so that I can leverage and get the customer attention?
Yes, yes. The pre-call
Okay,
research.
right, pre-call research. Okay, perfect. Let me just let's why don't we just take a live example here? Okay, what kind of industries do you target, Sai?
Healthcare.
Healthcare. Okay, give me some company's name in your target.
Siemens Healthcare, GSK,
Okay,
or diagnostics.
okay. So let's just take. I hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes, I'm.
Okay, so let's just do a quick search. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a contact. So who will be your typical contacts, clients?
I look up for strategy or market intelligence or business intelligence profiles.
Okay. There could be, different things. Okay, if you're talking about the senior people, the VPs and above, the best thing to do
Yes.
is look them up on LinkedIn and see if they have
Okay.
posted any reviews, feedbacks, any growth numbers. That's the best way to start if you're targeting the C-level people. If you're targeting
Okay.
mid-management, then that's where you would probably need to do a research on LinkedIn because they might not have published anything in terms of any magazine journals on it. So let's just see if we can find somebody for you. Let me just do a research. I'm just doing a Google search now just to check what
Okay.
comes up. Fred Stelling. Okay, so let's look him up.
Yes.
Okay, great. So coming back to your question now, let's see that you're targeting, this guy, Fred, and
Yes.
what is it that you should know about him? Okay, so he is definitely the relevant contact. He is the senior guy. He's the director for global marketing at Siemens Healthcare.
Yes.
What you want to look for is what is it? Does it have any description here? Okay. Oh, here. All right. So he has plenty of description, right? This is the gold mine. Okay. This is what you need to really leverage when you're talking to him. Now, first you need to understand what is his role, what is his background, what is it that will matter to him, what are his
Mhm.
daily challenges. Okay. So the marketing guy, head or director like him in healthcare, what would be his interest is he would be interested in knowing where the market is heading, what is the market size, who are
Yes.
in this market, what kind of products are being launched, and he is responsible to gather that intelligence and build that strategy, how they're going to market, how they're going to enter into specific geographies, and his internal
Mm-hmm.
stakeholders like sales teams, they would be the one who will be utilizing this resource. So he is one of the important guy. His pain area would be not getting the right information on time, okay, and in the areas which are high growth or niche in nature, all the
Yes.
information which is hard to find, like if they have to find a competitive analysis, they want to understand what their competitors are doing in next 5 years, who they're becoming partner with, who are they potentially acquiring, what kind of strategies they have. So doing those kind of SWOT analysis is something which is not available readily, right? They can probably buy syndicated report, but for these again they have to do custom research. So coming to your point, that is first thing, you need to understand the background of the customer, potential customer, what would be his pain areas, and then look up his profile here. Now reason why we are doing this, of course, while I'm explaining, it's taking time, but once you're doing this, it's just a matter of few seconds. So first thing,
Mhm.
he is responsible for hematology business for Siemens Diagnostics. Okay, so he's responsible for profit and loss 225 million, a really senior guy. Okay, he is responsible to create plan for product line, regularly interacts with management team, okay, corporate priorities. He shares the input to the product development, supports and train regional market planning, corporate material delivery drive.
Mhm.
So first thing, when I start my call, I need to start by saying, hey Fred, this is Sai calling for XYZ. I understand you're responsible for global marketing for Siemens Healthcare within Siemens, or you're responsible for hematology, right? That is first thing you start. Okay.
Yes.
Yesterday I spoke about how to get attention. This is the way to catch attention, right? So you call him and you tell him, hey, I understand what you're doing. I understand where you are. Okay? That's where he'll say, okay, he's not getting a cold call. The person who's calling and he knows him. So that is
Yes.
the first thing first. And then we'll
Yes.
then you talk about what is it in for him. What would
Okay.
he get by speaking to you for 5 minutes or 10 minutes? Then you need to have your big claim.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do and how you can add value specifically around this area. Okay, you have to tell him,
Okay.
Fred, we have been doing lots of work in hematology. If you want, you can just do a quick search, any new areas which has come up in this area, in this domain, anything which is disruptive in nature. Use that, saying that, hey, we have been doing lots of research in hematology, helping clients like XYZ, getting the complete overview about how the market is, where it is heading, and what are the changes which is anticipated, all those things. So first, you're catching his attention by talking about things which is important to him,
Mm-hmm.
by
Okay.
showcasing that you know him, and then you transitioning into what you can do for him, and then just close the cold call. Right. So that's one
Okay.
of the way. And if you don't find
Okay.
his information here, one of the things which you can leverage is, if you're looking at the market research, or you're looking at the annual report of Siemens Healthcare, and you find something on hematology, maybe his CEO, somebody said something, start your conversation there,
Okay.
right? If somebody is
Okay.
calling me and if they are talking about my boss or my company or my CEO, do you think I'll not pay attention to him? Hell, I would, right? If they're saying that, hey, your
Yes.
company, hey, I was just reading the article. Your CEO mentioned that you're going to focus on Asia market,
Yes.
um, right? Just to let you know, Fred, I understand that you are responsible for hematology. You are the global marketing head. What I
Yes.
wanted to do is I wanted to take 5 or 10 minutes of your time where I can demonstrate or share how we're helping some of the other big players in this area and how we can be a value add. It's just an
Yes.
investment of 10 minutes. Let's do it. Then handle the objection when it comes. Hope
Okay.
it makes sense.
Yes. And with this, you also have answered my next question.
Okay. I,
My question I was supposed to ask you is any sample mock call type on how to catch client attention, and you have
Okay.
already done it. And thank you so much. And my
All right.
next
No problem.
question, I have watched all your videos on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and everywhere. And you have been telling the last day on two questions that made you win a 45K deal in just 10 days.
Yeah.
Yes. And could you please help me with sample questions on how to understand the buyer in a better way? What are the questions that we are in a market research industry supposed to ask them
Yeah.
to grab their attention and understand them uh, to the core?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, amazing question. Okay. This is where a lot of people fail to understand the customer first. The typical sales guy will usually start by saying how great, wonderful I am. What can I do for you? Hey, I am the Santa. I can do this. I'm the magician. I can pull rabbit out of my hat and blah, blah, blah. They go on and on without even understanding and knowing what would really matter to the customer, right? So this is one of the critical aspects. So thank you so much for asking this. Before I answer this question, I wanted to thank all the people who are live watching us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look, I'm sharing my thoughts. What would be helpful is if you can also share your thoughts and your comments in the comments box, and if you can tag some of your friends who you think would get benefited from this session. Why don't we build a learning environment for everybody, right? So, Nilesh,
Yes.
Shubhan, Tim, Sandeep sir, thank you so much for tuning in. If you can just leave a comment if you have any suggestion, any thoughts, which can help Sai. So let's all come together and see what we can do for Sai. I'm sure you have a lot of experience, so please chip in. Okay, please chip in. Okay, I'm not claiming that I'm the best in this, but I will share whatever I know. Okay, so your question is how do we understand the buyer and his need? Okay, what kind of question we
Yes.
can
Yeah.
ask him? Okay, right. So the deal which I closed, which happened in just 10 days. Again, first we understood what is his requirement. Okay, what does he want to do? Why does he want to do? So 60 to 70% of time usually um, should be spent in understanding what he wants to do, why he wants to do. Even if you leave aside, let's say, market research, and if you talk about, even if in layman terms, let's talk about, you're going to buy a shoe. The guy in the store who's attending you, if he comes and say, okay, here's the shoe, you like it? Oh, you don't like? Okay, here's the shoe. You like it? No? Okay. And he keeps bombarding you with the different shoes. Instead of that, if he could have asked you a one simple question, okay, so Sai, what kind of shoe are you looking for? Okay, then you will say, I'm looking for a sports shoe, looking for a formal shoe, party shoe, whatever. Okay. Now he will narrow his inventory to specific requirement of yours. Okay, perfect. May I ask you what is it? So let's say you're talking about you are interested in sports shoe. Okay, great. What kind of sports shoe? And can you tell me uh, what would you be intending to use the sports shoe for? Right now, it's very obvious people will use sports shoe for running, right? But not necessary, right? I have seen people using sports shoe just when they're traveling because they're comfortable. So their need could be either comfort, their need could be either they like some particular brand and they want to showcase. They probably like Nike or whatever, or they really are planning to do jogging workouts. Okay, yeah, so the need could be different, need could vary from person to person. So the person I was dealing with, his requirement was he wanted to understand the competitive intelligence, right? But for what reason? How are you going to use that intelligence internally? Of course, we know basically sports shoe is used for sports, but do we
Yeah.
know that he's using it for something else? So we know competitive intelligence is to understand the competitors, but why? Why do you want to understand competitors, and why do you want to understand now? Right? That's another question. You want to buy a sports shoe, great. Why do you want to buy it now? Right? That's
Yes.
important, right? You probably say, hey, you know what? I'm going for a marathon and I want to buy a shoe. right? Or I'm going for a trip, or I'm looking to gift the sports shoe to my wife or whatever, kids, whatever. Look, the intention or motive behind somebody making a decision is completely different, right? It cannot be same. It could be an overlap, but it will be different. For this guy who I was dealing with, his motive was to understand the competition because they are coming up with some new products in the market, and they want to understand what their competitors are doing just to ensure that they can beat the competition. They can build the strategy upon when they're going into market, etc. Sorry, when
Yeah.
they're going to market, etc., etc. So this question one, why do you want to
Mhm.
do it? Why do you want to do it now? And that question really changed it. Why do you want to do it now? He told me that, Dave, if I don't use the budget, I probably will lose it, right? So that changed the whole dynamic, right? You wanted to buy a shoe, but moment you tell me, look, I'm looking to buy a shoe to give to my wife. Now I know I can sell you some good stuff, even if it is expensive. You may not spend more money on yourself, but you probably will spend more money when you're gifting it to your wife or somebody who you really love. So that's the whole, understanding the buyer is the most important aspect. And these are just a couple of questions. You can probably go on, spend more time in understanding as much as you can, but of course don't piss them off by interrogating, right? Don't just keep doing why. Don't do that. Okay, so
Okay.
that's my thought. Guys,
Okay.
please, if
Just
you have
few
any
questions.
other comments, guys, people who are watching live, if you have any feedback, do share it. Yeah, sorry, Sai, go ahead.
Yeah. You told a few questions, right? Not to probe him or irritate him with a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. Yeah. And, yeah. The next question that I have doubt on cold calling is a big one. Um, how to leave voicemails wherein I could get many responses. See, everybody is busy, and the senior level guys mostly are very busy. They can't give time. They try to avoid our calls, our emails,
Yeah.
and the resources
Yeah.
are the voicemails are the resources to connect with them,
Yeah.
and how to leave a better voicemail wherein I could get a response from the clients which I call.
Well, first of all, let me share a number with you. The chances of you getting a response to a voicemail is probably 1 to 2%, or maybe three if you're good. That's how the chances are. Now the question
Okay.
is it do I really spend more time doing leaving a voicemail, or shall I just skip and continue with try to get him on live? Answer is yes. Always leave a voicemail. Okay, even if it is a matter of 1% or 2%. Reason why you want to do that is because if you don't leave a voicemail, what is your probability of he calling you back? None, right?
Yeah.
So you might as well you want to take chance and leave a voicemail. Okay, so the first part is yes, you should definitely leave a voicemail every single time. The first tip, the voicemail should be very crisp and very short. Okay, the people that you're sending the voicemail to, they get hundreds of voice messages in a day. You have to, number one, you have to be different. You have to be crisp. Okay, and how would you be different? How would you be crisp? A few things which I've learned and I've used it, which has worked for me in the past. I was fortunate to be in part of John Costigan training. So people who are watching this, who are part of Oracle, they know this
Mm.
already. So what used to happen is we used to call we used to call the CEO of the company or president of the company, and
Mm-hmm.
99% of the time, obviously CEO or president will not pick up the phone. Okay, it will go to the
Yeah.
executives. What we
Yes.
would do is then we will ask them open question, and again those gatekeepers are very sweet majority of the time, and you first have to tell them, hey, you know what, Cindy, I'm sorry, I'm little lost here and I need your help. My name is Dave. I'm calling from so and so company. I'm trying to reach out to the person who is responsible for marketing or who's heading the marketing division. See, if you're reaching out to the CEO's assistant, the chances are she will know every executive in the organization because she is internally connected. She deals with them. She's the one who gets them CEO meeting with these senior guys. So just ask them question. Hey, can you tell me who the person is who is responsible for overall marketing or strategy? If you know the name, you can just throw the name. Hey, look, Cindy, I was trying to reach out to this person, but I'm unable to get through. Is there a way you can help me? Right? Human beings are always willing to help others, right? Not for themselves, but they will do it for somebody else, right? So first, ask for help. Second, moment, either if she gives the name, you say, hey, would you be able to connect me? Would you be able to
Okay.
send me or transfer me to, Alex, for example, let's say? She will mostly send it, okay? And when the call goes internally, usually the chances are they will see on their dial-in, they will see the call is coming from CEO's office. And boss, if call is coming from my CEO, I will pick up the phone. I'll leave everything and I'll pick up the phone. That's number one. Yeah, your chances of getting the person live increases.
Yes, yes.
If you're not able to get that guy on the call, okay, if you get him, fortunately, you can tell him, hey, this is Sai. I was just transferred from your CEO's office. You got his attention. Now you need to have a big claim on what you do, very crisp when you close it. Okay, that's one. If you don't get him on the
Okay.
call and you still have to leave a voicemail, this Costigan theory always used to work. Okay, Costigan, that guy John Costigan, he used to make live calls in front of us with the toughest of tough customers, and he used to get a call back within 24 hours by this technique, simple technique. If it goes to a voicemail, okay, I hope you're with me so far.
Yes.
Okay, so the voicemail that you would want to leave for the person would be very crisp. It doesn't have to be detailed. So what you would say is, "Hey Alex, I just spoke with your CEO's office." You have to be very careful with the words, okay? Hey, I spoke with your CEO's office, and they suggested that we should talk. This is Sai. My number is so and so. Can you give me a
Okay.
hour back, or can you call me back?
Okay.
Guaranteed, if I'm getting this voicemail on my desk that hey, somebody is calling, spoke with my CEO, and CEO asked me to connect, I would damn right pick up the phone and talk to him, right? So that is one of the way to get that person talking. Number
Yes.
two, if you're not using all this route and if you're talking to the customer, if you have his direct extension and you're not able to get through to him, again, the idea is keep it 30 seconds.
Okay.
Use references if possible.
Okay.
For example, you said, hey, this is Sai.
Uh-huh.
Okay, don't use your first and last name, okay? Just say, hey,
Okay.
this is Sai calling from XYZ.
Okay.
Look, we've been working with, use reference if you can, okay? Leverage reference, whatever you can. So any contacts that you've done business with within the company, throw the
Mm-hmm.
name if you're allowed to, okay? Or if it is risky, don't do it. Use some of the competitors' names, saying, hey, you know what, Alex, we have been doing a lot of work in area of hematology, working
Okay.
with XYZ companies. We have really, really important information that we would like to share with you. Let me know if you have 5 minutes. I can give you a call back, or you can call me at this number. Very short, very crisp. Don't go about talking how great, how valuable your product is. That is one of the mistakes that a lot of people make. Okay, so does that answer your question?
Yes. Thank you. And I have gained some confidence on leaving voicemails and how to leave a short and very confident voicemail.
Yeah.
And my next question
So,
is,
yeah, before you go there, just one thing I remembered. And if you're calling into US, most of the time you would have an option to listen to your own recording. Do that, okay?
yeah,
Listen to the recording. If you don't like it, correct it, okay? If you have to do it 2 or 3 times or 5 times, it doesn't matter because that voicemail is very important. Going to a very important guy, you need to make sure it is perfect. If you're not happy, satisfied, re-record, 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 okay? And then once you're satisfied, then send it. Okay, so do that.
okay. Okay, thank you. And this personal assistants, as you told, the CEO assistant or director assistant, they are in their profession to avoid calls, avoid or screen the calls. Their job
Yeah,
is to do that. And
yeah.
how to deal with personal assistants of any CXO level people.
Yeah, sure. So, look again. There are a few things which worked for me, and so I will share my experience. But people who are watching this live, if you have any question, please add to the comments. Use the YouTube in case if you're not able to come in on YouTube. Please leave a comment on the Facebook Live. Let's help each other. Let's do brainstorming. What has worked for you? Any suggestion you have that we can share. So, in my experience, you rightly mentioned these
Uh-huh.
gatekeepers are very extremely smart people, and that's the reason why they are there. Okay, they know. their
Yes.
bosses, they're easy to get the money from. Okay, that's why they're there, to protect their money and make sure that they don't get time wasters talking to their bosses. Okay, because person who is hard to get hold of, he definitely is the person you should reach out to. He is the one who's getting money. If there's somebody who's getting, you're able to reach out easily, for sure you'll not make a lot of money with him. You may, but chances are you may not do a lot of business. So yeah, answering your question, gatekeepers, number one, first of all, they are your friends. Okay, they're not your they're not the roadblocks for you. In a lot of cases, I have even got the success through them by able to communicate. So when you're talking to them, one thing that you really have to keep in mind is you have to treat them as if they are the president, as if they are the CEO, and you are talking to the CEO. That is the most important aspect. Remove the blockage that they're just an assistant. It's not like assistant in India. These assistants are very sharp, very qualified. They know who to talk to, and be honest with them. Okay, be human.
Okay.
Being human. Don't be Salman Khan, but be human. So so when you're talking to this person, first thing first, okay. 70%
Yeah.
of the people I guarantee they don't even ask their names. Okay, I mean, human being, there's nothing nothing close to my heart than my name, listening to my name, right? So if you don't know the person's name, you said, "Hey, Cindy, this is Sai," uh, or if you don't know the name, "Hi, may I know who am I talking to?" Cindy. All right, Cindy. Thank you so much for taking the call. What a beautiful name. What does it mean? Or whatever, if whatever comes to your mind, okay, genuinely be interested, genuinely give them compliment if you want. Uh, you can, most of them, they are females. In the executive roles. I don't know for what reason, but mostly they're very sweet. So you can give them a compliment. I've shared some of the recordings of dealing with the executive assistants on my YouTube channel. So if you missed it, you just go back and search for how to handle gatekeepers. A couple of audio video I've shared that I've spoken to two executive assistants. One of the executive assistants was for president, one of them was senior director, and I managed to build some at least a good rapport with them, and they helped me get to meetings. So first thing, ask their names, give them compliment, build that rapport. Second thing, hey, look, I need some help. Look, I am calling from so and so. We help companies, or we help people like John, her boss. We help people like John to identify where the opportunity lies. And we've helped one of the companies identify millions worth of opportunity. Look, I'm trying to see what is the best way to get a meeting with him. And she'll say, oh, 90% of the time she'll say that, why don't you send an email and I'll speak with him? Sure, I would love to do that. Okay,
Yes.
always, always, always agree with him. Yes. And first you agree with her. He said, okay, I would love to
Okay.
do that. Okay? Is there anything specific you want me to write? Look, I know he's a busy man, okay? And I know for sure that you get a lot of time wasted calls. I can guarantee you that I'm not one of them. Number
Yeah.
one. Number two, which I've learned from Grant Cardone is, Cindy, let me ask you this. When was the last time John appreciated you for connecting somebody like me? Right? It's again, it's a genuine question. I want to know, have you ever had a situation where John came and said, Cindy, good job for connecting this person to me? And she said, yes, no, whatever. Look, I am one of them, right? He will definitely come and thank you once we get a meeting. Okay, then usually they'll say, oh, if that is the case, okay, I look forward to that email and connect you. Great, I will send you an email.
Okay.
Can I follow up with you by next week in case if I don't hear back from you? She'll say yes, no,
Okay.
okay, all right. So make sure that you follow up again. Be persistent. Build that relationship. She should remember you. Okay, you should be memorable to her. Number one, you gave her a compliment. You asked her, what does it mean, or whatever. You build that connect, and you have told her that I am not one of the time wasters, and you being honest and genuine. So I think that is my 2 cents on this. If anybody else on the web, if you have any feedback or any comment or Sai, for people who have just joined in, this is the live coaching session which we are doing for Sai, who is part of the market research company, who is new. We're just answering some of his queries on what to do. So if you have any feedback, do let us know. Let me just take a few questions, question here. Not to do while doing cold call. Okay. Uh, Barani, really good question. What not to do when making a cold call? What not to do? Hmm. Okay, well, what not to do? I think if you stick to what to do, rest is all probably not to do. Okay, you don't want to sound underconfident. For sure, that's just killing yourself. Number two is, yeah, I think that is the biggest most, and don't be too long in your statements and in your pitch. Okay, don't just keep talking about how great, wonderful you are. That is what not to do. Okay. Mm, what else? Probably I don't know if I can think of anything else. Anything you have, Sai? Anybody else on web? Anything which we should not do on a cold call? Don't have food while making call. Don't chew. Don't chew the gum. Don't curse somebody on the call. Apart from that, anything else we should not do?
Yeah, as you told, don't sound underconfident.
Yeah.
Be confident and sound excited.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Exciting. Yeah, 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 man. Look, that just reminds me. You go to a hotel, restaurant, okay, and if there's a waiter who doesn't like his job and he's like, "Kya laun saab?" Okay. Would you like him? You will not. And as compared to that, if there's somebody who said, "Hello, sir, how are you? Blah blah blah. What would you want to have? How your day? Blah blah." If he's happy and chirpy and if he's really enjoying his job, you would feel like getting served by him, and you probably would give more tip to him than you would give tip to the person who is not excited, right? So when same thing applies when you're in front of customer, you're making cold call. You need to be excited. You need to be confident that you will be able to add value to him. And if you're not confident, nobody would be, right? Same thing applies to any profession, any job. You're in a lecture. If you're, I'm sure you remember it. Um, okay, all right. So Kamarjeet says, "Don't be too fast." Okay, I will be slow. Okay, or is it for the cold call? Sorry. Yeah, so don't be fast, probably on cold call. That's what he means, right? So imagine if you're in a classroom and you have a professor who is not enjoying what he's teaching, he's not excited. You would not want to listen to that person. And I know, you can remember of those professors in your college and universities. Um, so bottom line, yes, you have to be excited. You have to stay excited. Don't sound boring. Don't sound, monotonous. You have to be peppy. You have to be confident. So yeah, thank you. Good point, Sai, and a very good question, Barani. Yeah, sorry, Sai. So we will take few questions again, and if somebody has any suggestions apart from what I shared with their inputs, and please do
Okay.
share knowledge, man. Knowledge is for free. Knowledge sharing is for free. More you share, more you get back.
Yes.
So do share for people who are watching. All right, Sai, what's next?
Yeah. Can we practice a mock call?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to be the customer, or you want me to be the customer?
Sorry, I
I
couldn't hear
or
you.
so do you want to do a mock call? You want to call me?
Yes, I want to call you.
Okay, great, exciting. Now we're talking business, right? Not just
Um,
textbook knowledge. Let's do something live. And look, guys, okay, and while Sai is doing it, let's support him. Let's give him our feedback. What do you think? Uh, what do you think about the call? All right, so Sai, you want to pick up a situation? You want to tell me who am I? Who are you calling?
yeah. Let's take your name.
Okay,
Same. Dev
okay,
Gadvi from any GSK or any healthcare company,
okay,
and we'll plan something on vaccines or therapeutics
okay,
like that, oncology. Let's take a report and start doing this.
okay. And I'm what? I'm the strategy marketing. What did you say?
Yeah, marketing director.
Marketing director. Okay, good. I
Yes.
like it. Okay. So yeah. All right. I'm good whenever you are.
Can we start?
Yes. Go ahead. Train, train.
Uh, am I speaking to Mr. Gadvi?
Yes, that's me.
Hi, Dev. This is Satish with XYZ Company. Uh, Trying to connect with you as you are responsible for marketing director in GSK,
Hmm.
and you being handling therapeutic vaccines market since 25 years. I tried to reach out to you,
Okay.
and I just wanted to understand whether I could speak to you on this market or can we connect back later?
Well, I'm a little busy.
Hmm. Okay, I understand that you are busy, and I just need your 10 minutes of your time, just 10 minutes. When can we connect?
Well, I'm really busy. Why don't you do one thing? Why don't you drop me an email and we'll connect back if it is of interest to you.
Yes, I would be happy to share the sample or something on therapeutic vaccines over email, but I don't want to disturb you in your busy schedules. Let's lock our calendars so that we don't we have a specific timing to connect and speak about the
Yeah,
therapeutic
no, no,
vaccine.
Sai. I think let's stick to the email, and if it interests you, and I'll get back to you.
Okay, okay, Dave. I'll be happy to share the and we can communicate over the email. Will that be okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, thank you, Dave. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.
Bye. Ish, one more cold call. I get hundreds of them. Anyways, Sai, good job. Things that you want to right now is okay. Others can also chip in. Okay, if you have any questions. So first thing first. Okay,
Okay.
the opening was pretty
Yes.
long. Okay, it was not crisp. It was not short.
Okay.
Okay, it was pretty
Okay.
lengthy. And when you're calling me and I'm in the middle of something, you would
Okay.
not grab my attention by such a long statement, right? If I have to do that again, what I would do is, hey
Okay.
Dave, I understand you're responsible for maybe increase the pace a little bit, or maybe this is the way probably you speak. But hey Dave, this is Sai from XYZ company. I understand you're responsible for Wax and heading marketing division. Look, we have been doing tons of work in this space, especially in oncology, and I would like to share how we can bring value to the table.
Okay.
Instead of asking, is it a good time, busy time, just start with that. And if he's busy, he will tell you, hey, I'm busy right now. Hey,
Okay.
look, I completely understand, agree with him, and then move into the section. Uh, that was one. Okay, it's little long. I'll probably listen to this call again and I'll give you the feedback. But that's what I could
Okay.
catch. And if anybody has any feedback, please do share that on web. It can help Sai. Number two is I think the value part was still missing, right? If I'm the customer, if you're calling me, hey, okay, you're calling me from XYZ company, okay, why are you calling me? You're doing work on oncology. You told me that you know that I'm heading oncology. Okay, so how does it matter? Okay,
Hmm.
then I was still waiting for, okay, what is it for me, right? Why should I talk to you? The value part, I think, was still it still needs to be worked out. It should come out prominently and very effortlessly. Okay, how you can add value.
Okay.
Number two, what you can do is you can share some references. Okay, I know your company is a little new right now, but you need to have some references, some customers, or you can just say that we have been working with marketing head like yourself, helping them understand the market dynamics within the oncology and what are the new changes happening in this domain.
Hmm.
What I need is I need 5 minutes where we can, sit down and I can explain and share what we are doing in this space that could add value to you,
Yeah.
right? So now you're using a third-party reference that we are doing business with you. If you're talking, so it's in short, right? If I am into electronics, for example, my business is in electronics. You tell me that, hey, I spoke with the electronics people, your competitors right next door, or in the same city. You think I will not be interested? well, okay, what did they speak? Okay, if you're working with them, for sure, you can work with me and add value to me as well. So that's the best thing. Use references if possible, and reduce the pitch. What you want to do is you probably want to write this script down so that you stick to that initially as you become really
Okay.
fluent as you move forward. But yeah, other way, not bad. Good for a start. Anybody else has any feedback? I'm just looking for any feedback, any suggestions, any comments. Um, Mr. Reddy, you want to do a mock call? Yes, yes. What is your email ID? Just share it with me. I'll see. I can bring you into this conversation. Okay, while we're talking, do share your email ID. I'll see if I can, I'll send you the link where you'll be able to speak with us right now. Okay, anybody else has any feedback, any question? Let me just read. Anush Kumar, thank you. Okay, I'm not able to see the full comment. When customer says drop an email. Sai, are you able to read Anush's comment, full comment?
Yeah, I'm just looking.
Okay. Okay, so yeah,
Yes,
the
when
reason why
customers say
probably customer told you that drop me an email is because he probably doesn't value talking to you. Okay, so he didn't really feel that it's worth spending 5 minutes of his time. It was not convincing, so they'll probably try to get rid of you most of the time. I think, okay, fine, just send me an email, and you'll never hear back from this customer again. Or they are genuinely interested in knowing, okay, what is more, what more can you bring to the table, and just share email, right? So, okay, I've got email from Mr. Reddy. I'll just try to send him an email, right? So your rebuttal, you should be ready with your rebuttals, okay? When you do making a cold call, you can't just say, okay, here's my script and I'll stick to it, okay, no matter what he says. Okay, you need to be ready with what could be the possible outcome. Hey, I'm not interested. I don't have time. I don't think it adds value to me right now. Send me an email. You need to write your answers down for all these rebuttals. You need to practice them so hard that when you're talking to the customer, it comes out fluently, okay? And when you're
okay,
responding to their objection, do not start with no, 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 or don't prove them wrong, okay? So let me just see again if I can add Bharani. Give me 1 second, okay, Sai?
okay,
So that's one, right? So rebuttal could be, Dave, I can definitely send you an email, but look, I know you already get hundreds of email, and I don't want to fill your email inbox up with one more email, right? There's some more work to do, right? I don't want to do that. Look, if you give me 5 minutes, I promise you your time would be really well spent, and you will thank me after the conversation, right? You need to be persistent. You need to have a belief in your product that you will add value to him. Look, we have been doing tons of work in oncology. We've been working with these customers, and I know for sure that we will be able to add value to you, right? Now,
yes,
when do we do this? Give me 5 minutes, okay? That's one. Anush, buddy, I'm not able to see your full comment. But if you can just leave your comment on YouTube, it is better if I can see that there. You can just go to YouTube and just post the comment. Meantime, you should have Vanya. I've sent you the email. Okay, so that is from my side. What else? Any other questions? Anything from your side? Let me just check
um,
Facebook if I can see if anybody else has commented. So people who have just joined in, do watch this video. If you're in market research domain, if you're into sales, business, there will be few things that you will definitely take from here. If you're not in market research, in general, also for cold calling, objection, not objection, but in general, also how to handle fear, we've discussed. How to build your soul self-confidence before making a cold call, we've discussed. We've discussed what are things that you need to keep in mind. I've showed how to use LinkedIn, but that is just one of way, right? We can have a separate discussion on how you can do a pre-research. It takes a lot of time to understand everything, how you can leverage everything. Then we discuss on what are a few questions that you can ask to understand the buyer need. We also discussed how to leave a voicemail, what should be the strategy, what should be the verbiage. We also addressed or discussed how to handle a gatekeeper. And now we did a mock call.
Yeah.
So if you have anybody else has any question, do shoot an email. I'm just trying to see if I can open the Facebook because there's some people who have posted on Facebook page some comments which I'm not able to see on YouTube. So guys, if you can just leave a voice message on, sorry, not voice message, if you can leave your comment on the YouTube box, it will be really helpful so that I can see you. I can't see there anywhere else. Okay. Mr. Reddy, have you been able to connect? Okay, you need to go to your inbox, click on the link, and then you will be connected. You will be able to participate in the discussion. Anybody else that wants to say anything in the discussion, share any thoughts, inputs with Sai and me, we can learn from each other. Sai, while we are doing this, any other questions or anything that you have that we should discuss right now?
Yes, so far I think I've covered the problems that I have been facing while cold calling, and there
Okay,
might be left some questions. I'll reach out to you with this question
okay,
if I
okay.
think.
All right, let's listen to what Anush has to say. Anush, when customer says drop me an email, I say I can send one, but it's not gonna be any help to you. But if you insist, I can do so. Okay. All right. Yes, absolutely. First, agree with him. Okay, I can send you an email. No problem. Not sure if it's gonna add value. So let him decide whether it add value or not. I can definitely do that. First, agree with him what he's saying. Respect him. Then, okay. Do you mind if you can tell on what areas you will be interested in so that I can. Let's see if I can see more. Okay. You can understand area how to nurture. Okay. Okay. This will. Yeah. Okay. So he's saying that. Okay. Agree with him first, and then say, okay, is there any specific area that I should focus on when I'm sending an email, the right content? Okay, just to make sure that your your time is not wasted. Okay. This will help understanding by key how to nurture the lead. This works pretty well. Yeah. Service industry. Yes, I think I. This is really well. Good feedback. Thank you, Anush. Yeah, you can always say I will send you an email. No problem at all. Emails is free for me at least, and you at
Yeah.
least. I can send you that email. But look, is it really going to add a lot of value to you? I know you're already a busy person. Let me ask you this. Okay, the brilliant. Okay, I just remembered right now. I usually do it on the call. Whenever they have any objection, always first the flow is yes, agree with him. Okay, yes, I will do that. I understand what you're saying. Let me ask you this. Ask him with a counter question. First, you agreed what he's asking you to do, email, call back, whatever. Can I ask you a quick question? Yes. Then come back with some question which will be an open-ended question, which will open it up. Okay. Can I ask you a question? Okay. You're responsible for whatever methodology. What are the areas which could add a lot of value to you within that? Same thing, same point, Anush. Right? That could be one question. The reason why I'm asking you is because I know your time is valuable and I don't want to waste that time at all. I respect your time. Or you can ask the question, how do you typically go about getting this kind of intelligence at the moment? Right? Can I ask you a question? Look, people I deal with, big players, throw some names, they usually have a challenge in getting the intelligence on time. May I ask you what challenge do you face? Okay. Now, you're getting into the conversation, and if you're able to catch his attention, if you've done this well on the first pitch itself, he will not give you an objection. If he has an objection, you probably want to qualify him or ask him one more question, just to bring that discussion from uh, objection to focusing on how he can give you 5 minutes. Okay, so that is our input. I think we have taken good amount of time discussing a lot of other areas. Look, guys, people are watching this. If you're not watching this live, I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you just talk about the market research industry, it is growing. It is really competitive. But if you're asking me if it is good paymaster, it really depends on your capabilities, your skills. If you're producing enough in large quantities, any industry is good. Okay, be it IT industry or be market research. One thing, you should aim to become the best. Okay, if you have any questions, if you want some guidance in terms of um, more job related, so work related, anything that you have, just drop me a note or leave a comment either on Facebook or YouTube, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Sai, so I think we could not get Mr. Reddy on the phone. There was some problem. So, anyways, thank you so much. I really appreciate people who are listening to this. We will continue with this discussion. And remember, this is the unique discussion that you might have not seen anywhere else. And and I just don't want side to get benefited. We all should get benefited from each other. So do share your questions. Do share this webcast with people you think that they will get benefited. They will probably learn something new, and help me support my mission of helping 10 million people. Look, I'm not a trainer. Okay, in case if you're wondering who's this guy, I am the salesperson. I am the person who believes in hustle, who is committed to becoming great. And my philosophy is you only truly win when you help others to win, right? And I am full that we all together can help each other win. Sai, thank you so much. Any comment, anything, any suggestion, any thought from your side finally before we depart for today?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your support on the call and helping me with the questions that I have regarding cold call. And there is a lot to learn in the coming time. There is a lot to learn, and we support you in achieving your goal, and we take
Yeah.
your assistance on everything that is related to business, sales, or calls, clients, whatever it is.
Yes, yes, indeed. Feel free to reach out. I'm there. And I'll be more than happy to support you. And for people who are watching this, if you need some help, if you want to do the live coaching for your specific industry, doesn't matter. It is market research, IT, products, real estate, automotive, insurance. Look, the fundamentals of sales remain the same, right? There are a few things which has helped me. I will be happy to share them with you guys. And if not me, I have the huge network who would be tuning in, would be helping you guys. So thank you guys for people who are watching live. Do find the links below in case if you want to listen to some of the gatekeeper handling objection. There are some live calls which I've recorded in the past, which you can take advantage of. Thank you, Anush, and everybody for being part of this. Mr. Reddy, Randeep, thank you so much. This is Dave Godby, your friend, your coach, your mentor, your elder brother who believes in hustle, who believes that living great is the best thing to do, or else you will be foolish. All right. With that, thank you, Sai. Have a good day. Enjoy your
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Be great, be fantastic.
Absolutely, man.
Bye.
Take care.